Welcome to my podcast. My name is Corrinala. I come to you from the Pacific Northwest where I live with my partner, our 2 kitties, and 2 adopted Mustangs. Information about the Wildhorse adoption program will be in the episode description box. This podcast covers knitting projects, my horsemanship journey, and my other passions like vegetable gardening and bicycling. If you're new here, I hope you find the content interesting. If you're a returning viewer, it's always great to have old friends. The format of this channel typically includes musings on an early walk to the barn to feed the horses, then knitting content, some catch up on the horsemanship journey, and finally more musings or maybe a little bicycling footage if I was lucky enough to get out. Enjoy, and I hope to see you soon. Good morning, friends. It's Friday, November, must be the 14th. Going out to the barn, feed the horses. It's about 5:30 in the morning. It's pouring down rain. It has been raining and raining and raining. So, yeah, that's not necessarily good, but sometimes that happens when it's just we've had these extended rains and water just pools and then it drips. So part of the issue, well, you can't see it. I was going to show you the dormers on the house, but you can't see them because it's dark. So, oh, I hear an owl. I don't even have my headlamp on yet. I'm a little discombobulated this morning because I didn't sleep that well last night. Okay. Water is on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my headlamp on. Or just hold it in my hand. So, pardon the camera angle. Our headlamp is on. It's even right side up, which is good. So this is the second week that Bragi and Odin have been on their new schedule of Bragi is locked up at night, and Bragi, did I say that right? So Bragi is locked up at night, and Odin gets locked up in the morning. So it's one of the reasons why I've been feeding so early in the morning is because I feed around 4:30 in the night. I don't know if you can see if my headlamp's bright enough, but the pond is pretty full. I don't remember that it was dry for several months in the summer. Anyway, I don't like to leave Bragi up, like, just in the small pen for that long, but it seems to have provided him some clarity in terms of where he needs to be. He's been, I would say, a lot more obedient. Hey, buddy. He's waiting to go out now. Probably finished his hay. So, we'll feed him breakfast. Get Odin to come in. And then let him out. I do have some knitting content. No finished objects. Just working away on some sweaters and gift knitting. So I'll show you where I'm at with that. I'm going to get to feeding. Well, welcome to the knitting portion of my podcast. I'm still tired, still feeling a little discombobulated. So I'm sitting on the sofa instead of up in my little office. But first of all, what am I wearing? I am wearing, this is a Stephen West shawl. It's the Exploration Station. I didn't knit it during the make-along, but I made it afterwards. And one of the reasons I did that was I wanted to learn Brioche, and I know that he is a very good instructor. So the Brioche section turned out great. And this was actually a really fun shawl to knit. I've had it for a couple years, maybe 3. I'm not sure exactly. I don't recall if I was making good notes at the time. So really enjoy this. This is often what I wear when I'm doing my morning knitting. So why don't we just jump into that? See if I can reach this. This is the float tote. I made this earlier this year. I want to say it was around April. And this is the Talvinen sweater. I think I pronounced it Talvinen sweater. And it's a pattern by Caitlin Hunter. This is what it looks like. And I am getting pretty close to being finished with the yoke chart. So I'm on row 49 and there are 61 rows in the yoke. And then I think you knit straight until it's the depth you want. So here it is. Isn't that pretty? So just getting on the wingtips. The yarn I'm using, this main color is Nightshade. The pink, this pink highlight is Love Drunk, and it's by Emma's Yarn. And then the bird motif is a yarn colorway by Woolen Women called Kentucky Derby. So, and I think it's just beautiful in this. Be really great to finish this sweater in November. I'm not sure that I will. I feel like I'm knitting very slowly. I'm using Chagu red lace size 4 on the colorwork. I always go up a needle size because my colorwork tends to be looser. I have also been doing some gift knitting, so I can't share. I will share that it is in this bag. No, it's in this bag. Which is made by my mom. So polar bears on one side, penguins on the other. And that's all I'm going to share. The other project I'm working on, also a bag made by my mom. This is a garlic motif. Speaking of garlic, I did plant garlic earlier in the week, or maybe it was last weekend. And I also planted fava beans. So here in the Pacific Northwest, you can do that this time of year. I haven't had great success with fava beans planting before springtime, but I thought I'd give it a try. I have some that are just, they went to seed, but you know, they produce bean pods. So I just left them in the garden. So curious what those are going to do, what I'm going to have more success with. Anyway, so I've made some progress on this sweater. This is the So Faded, and last time I think I had finished the fade part and was just in the first rounds of the color. At least I think that's where I was last time. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and honestly, I don't know what is front and what is back. So this is what it looks like. The yarn, the first color and the last color are by a yarn dyer from Idaho. And then the middle color is a colorway by Emma's Yarns. So, and Emma, I believe, is a yarn dyer out of Florida. Hand dyed in sunny Florida. These are, it's a sock yarn, fingering. I don't know if the colorway is August 25th or August 25. It's hard to tell. That's the only real writing on there. And then I was going to try to find the yarn label. Oh yes, I found the yarn label for the other two colors. So Trilogy yarns. One of them's called Peony. I suspect that's the pink one. This must be Peony. And then I think I have 3, but I only have 2 balls of yarn. So I think this one might be called Glamorous? No, that's the, maybe it's called Jewel. There's another one called Daisy, but I think that's a yellow one that I opted to not use. So I'm getting closer to finishing this one. I think it's supposed to be like 13 inches at the bottom. Oh look, I think I dropped a stitch down here. Let me capture that so I can pick it up later, because it is way down down the side. That is definitely a benefit of showing my my work, because then I can see when I do stuff like that. So I think it's supposed to be 13 inches from the underarm to, and I am at about, if I let it stretch, it's probably about 8 inches. So yeah, I had planned on this pink color doing quite a bit more. Kind of wish I'd done more of this top color, so because I have quite a lot left. So we'll see how that works. And then of course I have to do sleeves as well. So that's really the knitting that I've worked on. I didn't have time to work on my blanket much this week. I think I finished one square and started another. We did have Veterans Day off to observe that, and honestly the days have just really kind of blurred together. It's been like I said, it's just been pretty rainy. Last weekend we went to some friends that I hadn't seen in a long time for lunch, and that was really great. It was a sunny day that day. I don't know what Herbert's meowing about, or whether you can hear that. Herbert. And then Sunday, seems like Sunday was all right too. We spent the day kind of getting the house ready for Thanksgiving. So rented a floor cleaner and cleaned the hardwood floors. So they look really nice. That took most of the day. I also took Odin out, just a trailer, to put him in the trailer, and just took him for a drive, because it's been a long time since we've done that. And he got a little sweaty. He got a little anxious about it, so we need to practice that a little more. I don't know if we are going to... That was the cats. I don't know if we are going to have time to do that this weekend. I'm still feeding my friend's horses. Tonight's the last night that I have to feed them, but tomorrow I need to pick up her dogs from the kennel and bring them back to her house, and then her house sitter will be here. I also am Zooming with my mom and my sister, and I also have a class with Stacy Westfall. She's a pretty well-known horse trainer. I signed up for a Zoom call with her tomorrow as well. And then Sunday, I'm going to a show with a friend of mine. We are going to see The Life of Pi, which was a movie. And this particular production is, it's a film, but it's a film of a dance company from London. So I'm kind of excited about it. The premise of the story, and I only know the very basics of it. The premise of the story is that this young man, it might even be a boy, I'm not even sure, is shipwrecked, and he's in a lifeboat with I want to say like several wild animals, like and I don't even know if they're circus animals or not, but a tiger. So I think there's a lot, the story is a lot around that, and I imagine it has to do with fear and imagination and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think that's going to be a great way to spend a rainy day. That's really it for news. So this is going to be a shorter episode. So I hope you're all doing well, and thank you for watching and tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.